always try to go from light to dark. I'm using titanium white, raw umber, ivory black, and for the colored one, I'm just adding some cadmium lemon. From here, I can start mixing my strings. So like I said, starting with the lights, I'm first building up a raw umber and white mix. So this is mostly white and just a little raw umber. Now this will be my warm mix, and for the cool mix, I want to mix black and white. So again, mostly white, just a little bit of black. Now you can't see the difference between a cool and a warm that well in the white, but you will be able to see it better in the dark mixes. So for this, I'm basically doing the opposite, mostly black with just a touch of white, and the same for the raw umber, mostly raw umber with just a little bit of white, just to make it a touch lighter. You can check the value of the mix by holding the palette knife over the other mix, and if you squint and it disappears into each other, you've got the same value. Finally, you can start making the middle mix. This is for the half tones, and again I'm doing the same, raw umber and white as well as black and white to make a warm mid value as well as a cool mid value. The goal of these strings is to be able to make easier decisions, so instead of having to mix up each and every tone or value, all we have to do is think, is this dark or light or somewhere in between, and is this warm or cool? So that hopefully makes the decision making a bit easier. So I'm using basically the same colors, the raw umber, white and black, but I'm just adding some cadmium yellow light to this to create the greens. Now mixed with the raw umber, this will give me a warmer tone for the lights, and mixed with the black, that will give me the green. So we really can get far with just these three colors. And I'm gonna start by just mixing the strings in the same way as I did before. Just adding yellow and white for the lights. And as you can see, the yellow seems a little bit too light naturally for both the halftone and the darks. So for the halftone, I'm just adding a bit of raw umber to that, making sure it's roughly the same value as the other tones. Again, squinting can be very helpful for this. And for the darks, I'm adding much more raw umber. Again, squinting at that shadow, comparing it to my other shadow colors, and making sure I add enough raw umber. So now I've got my three warm yellows, and I can start mixing my three cool yellows, which is the yellow together with the black. So to make a bit more room on my palette, I've just moved some of my value mixes up, and now I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. Again, starting with just yellow and a bit of white to create my light yellow tone, and also mixing the yellow with the black to create my cool dark yellow tones, which as you can see, when mixed with black, become a lot greener. So in oil paint, you can think of black as a very dark blue, because if it mixes with yellow, it turns very green. So with that, we've got the full range of warm and cool greens, and we can get started with the painting. In the full course, I'm giving useful advice on materials, setup, measuring, the first strokes, blocking in values, rendering and edges, finishing, and much more. So you can watch the complete course at rawumberstudios.com. Just click the link on the screen or in the info box below. The course is available for free to all Raw Umber Gold subscribers.